Just a tiny change, say a 1% change every week, can make a massive difference over time. In a minute, I'll tell you a real life story of how this principle, the 1% principle, won the Tour de France and Olympic gold medals just a few years ago. But first, let's start with how this applies to bad habits. Let's say a bad habit causes a decline in your quality of life by 1% each week. Bad habits can be small, so they often go under the radar. They give you short-term comfort, but ultimately they make you unhappy. Bad habits can make it hard to trust yourself. And when you don't trust yourself, your self-confidence and happiness plummet. When this happens, the damage they do to your life can go unnoticed, and then they get more and more addictive as you keep doing them. The problem is that our minds cannot easily imagine the damage from something so small over the long term. Now, the long term might just be 6 months or 1 year. So a bad habit causes a 1% decline in your life quality per week. This is also counting the missed opportunities that come with bad habits, such as the energy that bad habits use up that could be put to constructive use. It doesn't appear to be much, but over a year, 52 weeks, that's a decline in 52% life quality, which is significant. Fortunately, good habits work in the same way. Just a small change of 1% per week, increasing life quality, can add up to 52% life quality increase in just a year. When you change just one tiny habit, it's much easier to change the second and the third and the fourth, and it snowballs. An example of this in my life is when I was eating a lot of fast food. We'll use this as a real life example as we keep going through the course to give you a practical insight into the mindset it takes to eliminate a bad habit and to form new good habits. When I was really in the groove of this bad habit, I didn't think of the negative consequences. I was only focused on the craving, the smell, and the taste of fast food. Until I started noticeably losing energy and gaining weight, I didn't keep track of how much I was eating. And by that time, my habit was already in full force, and I was experiencing strong cravings. The lesson I learned from that was that every time I went to get fast food, the craving would interrupt constructive things I could be doing, and the food itself could steal my energy and ruin the rest of my night. Though I thought I was satisfying my craving, in reality, I was just making it worse every time I gave in for the next time. The next night, the craving would be worse than it would be if I resisted the night before. In this case, giving in to my bad habit represented the 1% decline, while resisting would represent a 1% increase in life quality. Of course, this is just an illustration, but there's a great real-life example of this 1% principle in action and just how powerful it is. In 2010, Dave Brailsford received a new job as general manager of Great Britain's professional cycling team, Team Sky. He had one primary management technique, and he called it the aggregation of marginal gains. By finding all the things related to cycling in the lives of his athletes and improving them each just by 1%, he believed he could make significant improvements over the old team. He looked to improve the normal areas of improvement, such as the training program and the technology of the bikes, but he also broke down other areas of potential improvement that other coaches normally overlooked. Those 1% tiny improvement areas. The things that affect the quality of the rider's sleep, down to the pillows they used, testing different types of massage gels, better health education to keep riders in top shape. Before implementing Brailsford's techniques, no British rider had ever won the Tour de France. Just a few years later, after he started making his 1% changes, the Team Sky rider Sir Bradley Wiggins won the Tour. And that same year, Team Sky took home 70% of the gold medals in the Olympic Games in London in 2012. Because I've also found this concept to be so powerful, that's also the concept behind all of my courses and my experiments in the pursuit of better habits in all areas of life. My courses teach you how to implement new healthy habits in your life, and they save you the guesswork. So keep in mind that drastic changes can happen over short periods of time. So your current habits or your current skill level don't matter right now when you're breaking or forming habits. The only thing that matters is the direction of your improvement right now. So are you backsliding at 1% per day? Are you remaining stale, not moving in one direction or the other? Or are you improving at 1% per day? Getting bad habits out of the way and replacing them with good habits is one of the best gifts you can give yourself. When you replace a bad habit and create a good habit, you're also building self-discipline and confidence for all areas of life. All you have to do is change one little habit, and it's much easier to change the second and the third and the fourth, as I already said. And as you continue through this guide, I'll show you why you have bad habits in the first place. As it turns out, there's always a hidden benefit in every bad habit. And after that, we'll go deep into the causes of bad habits. And then I'll take you through a simple step-by-step technique to eliminate it. No matter how long you've been doing it, or how much a part of you think it is. If you can form a bad habit, you can unform it as well, as long as you use the right principles. So that's it for now. I hope this lecture was useful to you, and I look forward to teaching you in the rest of the course.